Hello, traders. Welcome to the first stream of the year, and just getting this over with. Kind of feel like crap. I think I've got something, of course, sore throat, and I'm kind of hoarse from the game, so I can just chalk it up to that. So Bitcoin was down to the key level of levels, right? 40,665, but some of the buyers came in and pushed it up, and prices we have not seen in 48 hours. Unbelievable. Crazy stuff, man. I think the altcoins getting shattered was a little bit more of the story than Bitcoin itself. But hey, man, that's kind of the way it goes when assets over the course of months run up 50 to 200% in value. And, if you were trading, like position trading some of those from those bottoms, so those type 2 returns of the harmonics, they were hitting profit-taking levels. So it happens, man. And like really no technical damage has been done yet, where people would say it was because of that off-brand opinion of the people, right? Of the firm that said that, oh, the ETF will be denied. But, it was probably more like a market-wide sell-off, right? I mean, where the selling was pretty indiscriminate across the markets, where you had Bitcoin, crypto, okay, you had the index funds sold off, you had gold sell off, so metals, commodities sold off. Pretty much one of the only things that did okay today was oil, or really oil stocks, and they look actually like set up for the year. It might be their time now. So forgive my messed up voice. I'm wrecked. Okay, just wrecked. So anyway, that's Bitcoin on the daily. As you can see here, no breakdown yet. Whoever it was the guy who was...
Great story. Compelling and rich.
Thank you. Yeah, so the guy, whoever it was that was just market buying everything, seems like he just doesn't want this price to go below the key level. Because we know what would probably happen if this level broke. There could be a lot more downside, right? Because that's just like when the buyers could not absorb the supply that existed at 31K. A couple of times they failed. What happened to the price? It went to the next key inflection point multitude of times. So you can imagine if buyers are unable to hold that, there's just not much there. Not much below you. It's a straight up, straight down situation. So that's good for now. I'd be really careful below this level. You just don't know. Okay. Big on the 4 hours, you can see. I guess they're trying to defend the 200 simple moving average for now, which is kind of crazy. But yeah. I mean, in between 42K and 44K, there's really not much there. So you can't really be that surprised if we have some volatile moves. I mean, hundreds of dollars of swings in minutes and seconds. That's what we've been getting today. Happy birthday, J.R. Tolkien. It's his birthday today. I was going to get chilling to do something, but I needed to go live ASAP because I'm just getting worse. I think the illness is taking me. So I'm just before I'm too wrecked, I had to go stream. I had to, because I took off these days because I was with people and I didn't want to take away from the limited time I had with these people on a vacation, on a trip 3,000 miles away to stream. So we didn't miss much until today. So I'm back for the bad stuff, right? I'll let y'all have it on the good days. Y'all didn't need me for the pumps. So Ethereum down 5+%, working on its lowest daily candle close since December 20th. So kind of in worse shape than Bitcoin. Took it on the chin. And this isn't really that big of a deal of a channel. We're just anchoring one and two on the top, one on the bottom. It seems like you might be breaking that. But we know anything between 2,000, or we know the levels, right? 2,400, 2,000. There's not much there. So at least you could say maybe what the buyers are trying to do right here. They're trying to defend this 2,130 bottom that was kind of put in December 11th. It's kind of like a back test of the November 9th high. They're trying to defend that again, so that's good. So not really like that big of a deal on Bitcoin or Ethereum because they're both only down about 5%. I'm sure Ethereum to Bitcoin, let's look at it. It's my first time looking at it of the year. I looked at everything. I scanned through it all, checked it out. But I forgot about Ethereum to Bitcoin's chart. Let's do it together. Interesting. Interesting, right? That's a beautiful. Oh my God, what a shooting star reversal at the inflection point. Well, you figured like it was already over, but the buyers just keep coming in, and but they just keep failing. I mean, but the thing is, it's like they keep failing, or they keep back testing the support as resistance, but there is no follow through yet. No follow through. So it's like, are they just going to keep defending 5.1 million sats? So that's all they're doing. You think we're in phase Z now? Phase E. I think you can't really say phase E until we start seeing a markdown. Until we're like taking out the low, probably from June 11th, 2022. Hard to say. But this is not really good. This is, okay, you asked the question, what's the most recent discernible event that's happened? Or let's just say the two most recent discernible events that have occurred on the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. One being the lowest high of the entire downtrend. Yes, certainly. I can see it on the daily, can't you? Happening at a key level. And then before that, though, what happened? The lowest low of the entire downtrend. So those two events, how could you say we're in good shape on Ethereum to Bitcoin? How? You can't. So I'm waiting for a fake out to happen to where the buyers get the price back above 5.6 million sats, or the more likely probability you would think based on all this price action here would be a major markdown where like, hey, you would think probably, the Bitcoin ETF news coming out in, within a week happens, and then Bitcoin, like huge Jesus candle, and Ethereum just kind of rallies but just gets woefully left behind. You would think that would be an easy outcome. Or sadly, other side of the coin, ETF rejection, Bitcoin gets destroyed, breaks 40K, but Ethereum gets wrecked way harder. Or the ETF approval, same outcome, everything destroyed, but Bitcoin just doesn't get destroyed as hard as everything else, including Ethereum. So, does look like lower prices coming for now.
I shorted IT stock last week for $100,000. Wondering where you think it would go to?
Gartner.
The previous high was around $380. Go U of M.
We can look, dude. Good game, man. Hey, dude, Michigan played really hard. Bama, many questionable play calls, performance issues. I think everyone would agree with that. Played pretty bad. Could have ended it, but just Michigan had a lot of grit and they played really hard, man. And the fan base, it was like 70-30. 70% of that stadium was filled up with Michigan people, and about 30%. It was an away game. It was literally like a Bama away game, a Michigan home game, for sure. And they were loud. Very, very loud. But thank God that center for Alabama, he's transferring. We need that. Thank God. He voluntarily, out of shame, is transferring from Bama. So, whew. Anyway, we could talk about that all day, but thankfully we're not going to. So let's just go to, I guess, BNB, because that's kind of a notable day. There's a notable event on BNB because it's like, it's up 2%. What happened? Look, they even ran it up to the inflection point again. Let's see, the swing, it doesn't even matter. Who cares if it went to 293? 13.66% swing on the day. What was Bitcoin's from the high to the low? High to low. 11.58. So BNB had a more dramatic swing than Bitcoin, but has held up far greater for now. And you just gotta love it, man, because have we been live since these things happened? I mean, I can't even remember, but like, right? Okay, and this could happen to Ethereum to Bitcoin if the data presents itself and the buyer, like, you know, the sellers broke the support, but they were unable to do anything. If new data came in on Ethereum to Bitcoin where the buyers recaptured it, right, recaptured the key level, and then they formally back tested at support, I'll be the first person to change my tune about Ethereum to Bitcoin. But those things have to happen. And that's the way it was. It's like you let the technical developments dictate your sentiment. Because once that happened, man, it's like the momentum is shifted back into the hands of the buyers, because instead of making lower lows now, you're now making a higher low. It's rivaling the left shoulder. So it's, hey, man, that's a recognizable structure. What do we call it? The potential inverse head and shoulders? Well, it became confirmed as an inverse head and shoulders once the neckline was breached. And that was late December. And from there, knowing there's just two big levels, it's like 200 to 225. And then the next big one was 330 to 350. What happens? Straight line up. Because historically, that's what happens. Pretty uncanny, isn't it? To see, because you knew how $40 pizza party. Soon, if we don't see buyers recapture this level $40 soon. The thing is, the sellers could do nothing with the ball. It's like, right, the sellers or the buyers punted the ball to the sellers on the date of August 17th. And they had the ball all the way till late October. And they had to punt the ball back to the buyers as they recaptured supports. Then the buyers got the ball with the back test, the spring back test. Touchdown. There you go, man. Good football analogy. Okay. XRP, though, unfortunately, two different tales between BNB and XRP. I think you definitely wanted to be an a BNB holder today, not an XRP holder, where XRP kind of miraculously recovered about 10%, but at one point it was down 15%. Wow, what a comeback, man. No, I'm not drunk. No, I'm like sick. Like my voice is gone from the game. Like screaming, Rose Bowl. Got it. But like, don't feel well. So, gotta deal with that. But dang, man, who's that guy? That guy that keeps talking about this 50, 51 cent level that I've had plotted here for years. It's not really a real level, dude. I think he was talking about me defrauding people by talking about this level being real. Well, it was real today because that's where it went to, and buyers defended it. And it's rallying. It keeps rallying. Still above the 200-day simple moving average as at this current time. And at this current time, above the level from March. Holy crap. What a comeback. So maybe, I mean, we'll see because it could turn out to be like funding rates were obscene. So that means just ridiculous amounts of over levered longs had to be obliterated from the market, as they always eventually get obliterated. So it could have been that. Because again, no technical damage has been done on Bitcoin yet, right? The technical damage, well, you're taking out a previous discernible swing low. You're falling below key inflection points. None of that's happened yet. And technically on XRP, that hasn't happened yet either. Well, it was happening. And then again, recently some bids have come in. But, there's still 2 hours to go till the daily close. So it can still fall back below these levels. Just telling you what's going on over now. Dayman, in the end, it looked like, okay, we're going to do what we were doing back in October and then just lower highs and then just Bitcoin pull back. Okay. So those are your big four. But I do want to look at like something to start it off just because I think this is just, it's really, really cool to see because I wasn't able to show it when it happened in the past few days, me not being live. Or like Filecoin. Like, oh my God, dude, it was down like 20% at its lows today. And it's like, where did it go? I mean, it ran virtually to the aggressive harmonic traders, first target, the C, the two peaks of the harmonic itself, those are the aggressive targets, 758, then 950 after. So you get a flush like that, someone takes mega profit. But look it's still like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's completely fine. It's just like, yeah, the people that like bought in 3 days ago, yeah, you're destroyed. But if you're buying in 3 days ago, you must be new to this community. Or you just do not have the aptitude to understand like what we do here, what I'm teaching, what I'm attempting to articulate to you that I learned from the people that put their life's work and research into this stuff. I'm not saying I'm smart, but there are really smart people that I learned from, right, from their lessons. And it was like the lowest risk entry, last time I checked on a harmonic was the type 2 return. And so anywhere between like 340 up to like 370 was like a decent lower risk area to enter where you could set up strategic, reasonable stop losses. You're way off that. So to be buying at 758, that's like the dumbest thing you could ever do. Like legit. Hey, we're literally gonna buy at where aggressive. I'm not talking like reasonable. Like, hey man, $5 seems like off those lows. That could be a conservative target. It makes sense. It's a nice line. Now, aggressive target where someone would take profits that got in the 330s, 370s, taking profit there. And then they wouldn't be exited. They just like, dang man, we're down 11% today, but hey, we took profit. And then eventually, give it a few weeks, maybe a couple months, buyers recapture this asset and propagate it to 950. And then they might exit the trade. So I'm just like, that's wonderful to see how it unfolded like that, man. It's like, and if you're new and you were that person that bought, I don't know what to tell you, man. Besides, invest in yourself. I just got to show it, man. Show the work, dude. It's like, okay, it was literally October. It was October, man. There it is, right? The recognizable, discernible structural developments that have been studied and researched. It was identified, right, within the community. It wasn't just me. There were many other people that identified it. That's how it works. So people are taking their bids on the second low after these M shapes complete, and they mark it up. Magic. Okay. Another one. This occurred, I believe, while I was in my absence. Matic, that's down 11% today. What happened? Matic hit the second target of the trade setup, man. Excuse me. Show it here, whatever. Okay, Matic. Wow, dude. An M shape, a type 2 return, bullish divergence at an ice line. When you're at these levels, it's easy to set up a stop loss. It's easy to enter. It's a no-brainer. And it's like, all right, one target hit, then the second target hit. And now it's down 11% because people took profit possibly at a second take profit. This is not even aggressive targeting. Okay, aggressive targeting would be C and A. At the time, man, this was mid-October. This is before Bitcoin started rallying. This is before the fake ETF news and all that. It's like, there's just, you don't know. So I was just really conservative with targets. And lo and behold, that happened, man. So when we're getting moves like this, do you get why? It makes sense. Like, who's surprised about, like, the market pulling back? Bitcoin, what is it up? Like, it's still up 75% in a little over 2 months. 75. Vacation time. Why is Bitcoin doing this to you? I mean, what did it do to you? Give you unlimited gains for 2 months? See, I just don't get it. Like, people that are scared or sad, like, where were you? When did you get in Bitcoin? When did you, like, start paying attention? Absolutely insane, man. It's just been like a river of money. And now you're complaining, and like no technical damage has even happened yet. Don't understand the fear. I get it. Yeah, big moves. Like, whoa, dude, holy crap. But then, like, holy crap, something like ENS is up 25% today. Wow, unreal. Well, we knew above 10 would be 1335. I mean, that was the next level, but it got as high as 1480. Yeah, sometimes this happens, man. There's gonna be a whack-a-mole. So when you say like 730s, like the closer you are to that, the easier it is to strategize and enter into stop loss. Way off that now. Crazy. There are other ones. Maker. It was wonderful how it, oh man, the Momo's shifting and then the second low gets put in. There's a divergence. Yeah, kind of like hidden divergence, class B hidden divergence. But look at it right now, man. A 30% swing from the lows today to the highs. 33%. Well, of course, gotta
32.33 repeating, of course.
Gotta love it, man. And 2000. Think 2000. If you break 2000, that's where things get really interesting. I mean, that's where you just don't know. I mean, one at a time, 2380, 2400, then like 3100 after that, but then eventually 37 to 4K, 3700 to 4K. So there are some out there that are just defying all odds right now. But it was cool to see in an uptrend. We knew this one started before like everything else. If you remember, like everything was like kind of dead, no movement. Like all those like FIL and Matic, they were just like sitting at their type 2s, just like all of them. I mean, there were many other ones that were doing this. There's nothing. Maybe they're not going to buy. I mean, Cardano was just sitting at a support before collapse. Like below that support was just a collapse. Many others collapsed, but this one was front running at all. And on a day like today, it's maybe front running again. Wow. Good Lord. Yeah, so during my abs, we had certainly a decent amount of new members and renewals in the Patreon/Citadel. It is the third, so it's the third best day to join the Patreon. But I mean, I'm 100% crowdsourced. So everyone that has remained in the Patreon, Citadel, and the newer members, thank y'all so much, because that's it. So real quick, gotta give the shout out. All right. Pierre Flo, thank you for the 2 months, man. Jay Witt, thank you for the 4 months. Dr. Colossus, 4 months. Thank you, dude. Scuba Steve, thank you for the 7 months. More sauce, please. Thank you for joining this month. First time. Crypto Ghost, thank you for the 12 months. The 1 year anniversary of support, man. Really appreciate that. Cosmic Server, thank you for the 6 months. St. Thomas, thank you for the 13 months. Wow. Crypto Shrooms, thank you for the 9 months. Just gave birth to support or something. Thank you, dude. JKH 2024, thank you for joining on New Year's Day. Wow, thank you, man. Dow Jones, thank you for the 3 months. Have My Books, thank you for the 2 months. Kalingos, thank you for the 2 months, man. Waffle Stream TV, thank you for the 2 months. Oscan 67, thank you for the 3 months. Coffee and Pie, thank you for joining the Patreon. Holy crap. Thank y'all. Like, my God. I really, really appreciate that. Okay. Sheik, thank you for the 4 months. Big Cat, thank you for the 12 months. Dang, man. Certified Crypto, thank you for the 3 months. Bruh. Thank y'all. Okay. So, that one's up. And then you've got BNB, where they looked at. I don't know, Band was up today. Band's still this ridiculous, crazy stuff, man. Yeah, this is like major breakout. I mean, it can always pull back and be fake, a failed breakout, but like and the problem is there's so many different support resistances. Look where the reversals happen, like 1 at 260, one at 237, one at 218, one at 213, one at, it's really tough here. But if you take out the noise, right, and you look at like the checkmate. Thank you for the 5 months, dude. Hugo Chen. Hugo Chen, thank you for joining the Patreon. Checkmate, thank you for, did I say checkmate? Yep. 5 months, man. Thank you. Flux capacitor, thank you for the 2 months. I'm trying here. There were a lot. Okay, just ask cards. Thank you for the 3 months, dude. Really appreciate you. If you look at it like this, like weekly, monthly, my God, colossal lower low double bottom. But yeah, all the levels, like there's too many like reversal points. It's so illiquid, I guess. Yeah, less than 1 million volume. Average 30-day volume is 364,000 volume, so you can get that a lot. But it's kind of a good start. And if you get a pullback, what you'd think would happen is it would be eventually a higher low than these lows. You'd pivot again and you'd rally. Estondo, thank you for joining the Citadel for the first month. Thank you, dude. Yeah, so I mean that's it though. That's kind of like that's your crypto. That's like kind of it, man. Stock market, energy stocks killed it. Let's just go. I mean, we can just go if you want to, if you really want to see it. Like, okay, we go to Lind. Here's your Lind coin. All right, had an amazing run up. Finally got to a very key inflection point, 112.89, up thrusted through it. But after such a run like that, you cannot expect straight lines up to 186. Pullbacks happen. That was one of the last things before I went on that trip in the Patreon. That was right. All these it looking like BNB from mid 2023. Remember, they're just slightly higher highs and they're up against these resistances. Maybe they're even breaking the resistances, but it's coming off of a run where these assets appreciated 50 to 200% value. It's just high risk. No matter what happens next, it's high risk. It just is. There were a time, I mean, there's evidence. We looked at it before on stream, like showing the harmonic completed down here in September. It happened. It was there. It's run up since then. Buyers defended the support and it's been gone. The closer you are to support, closer you are, or the better able you are to manage your risk. We're at resistances now after huge runs. Those are high risk areas, always, even if they break upward. Cardano. Oh, okay. So I mean, like, things happen. Like this is what I was talking about earlier. When Maker was going nuts, this one was still just like, buyers are trying to defend this one last level. If it doesn't hold, you're about to lose 50% of your value. But they did hold. And they back tested the levels. And it was the one time, the two times. And then the run. And then what? You like run up aggressive harmonic trading targets, right? CNA. You almost touched the A point, didn't you? And you're pulling back, and it's not even a big deal. I'm just saying, like, after runs like this, when assets are getting near major inflection points after huge runs, at some point there will be a day like this. Just don't forget. Maybe you forgot this time. You're scared. You're freaked out. Well, next time, just remember this day. Days like today can be learning lessons for sure. Oh my God, like Algorand. Look, completes the harmonic down here. Couple back tests. Look, man, do you understand where there are reasonable entry levels, like where you could articulate an argument based on fib extensions, harmonic patterns, back tests of key levels from years ago, literally like almost 4 years ago? Oh, okay, makes sense. Up here, Rudy Poo, crazy, take profit. Yeah, and then they took profit, and what happened? The first time of a formal bullish back test of another key level. Wow, takes you back to 2019. January of last year. Here you are, the back test. What a rally. So there were limit buys set up at an inflection point? Yeah, by the looks of it. But up here, high risk, FOMO, stupid money, dumb. Smarter, way smarter. Makes sense. Easy to set up stop loss if it fails. Avalanche, I don't know, down 9%. This one I didn't really care too much about, but still, right? Supports defended a couple times. Okay. Can manage risk easily no matter what. Up here, what? No structure development, it's just straight line up, insanity. You know, you broke out, but again, how could you expect it to keep going? I mean, it could have, but Bitcoin. So it's back below a key inflection point. I'm sure on insignificant time scales, one of y'all would be like, a head and shoulders pattern? Yeah, kind of. But any damage, like, I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, you go to Bitcoin, and I really think, like, this is just one consolidation structure going on now. There isn't even a real discernible swing low on Bitcoin until, like, you see it, like, the 24s to 25s. Like, that's a discernible swing low. So, I mean, like, it goes to 31K, technically. Bitcoin's still fine. The trend you've been in since the beginning of 2023 is not in jeopardy. Really, actually, until the price falls below 24.7 to 25K. Because that's the most recent discernible major swing low that I see. Like, this happens. Yeah, everyone and their grandma has lost their home. They've quit on crypto. Bitcoin's going to zero. It's all, but like, technically nothing bad happened. If you're talking about trend analysis, that can happen and everything will be fine. But it hasn't even happened yet. And so what are you worried about? Wow, holy crap. 90-degree branding, Ron K, Mr. South Korea letters, Matt H, use a year. Thank y'all also for all joining the Patreon. I'll just play it one more time for everyone, you know. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. What would you say? H-bar decent catch up though? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was down pretty bad earlier. It's still down a lot. I don't know what you're talking about. It's down like everything else. But dang, I mean, the one thing that I'm kind of upset I didn't get to cover was TRB, man. That's probably the most psycho thing that's happened on this market in a long time. Talking about an asset that in one day, wasn't just any day, it was the last day of 2023. The buyers pushed this price up to $516. And then on the same day, got it as low as $194. And that was the top, certainly, for now, right? I mean, I think it was like down that much in like an hour or less, minutes. It was like a rug pull. It's like close and reversal candle. From the top though, to the lowest low since that, TRB down 78%. So, but here's the thing. This is what's crazy, man. If we're talking about trend analysis. Oh, by the way, 1618, there was never a daily candle close above that. So that's literally the reversal. But like, until TRB sellers take out $74, it's the highest low of the entire uptrend. That's insane.
Happy New
kinda
Year,
like my
Mitch and
point with
chat.
Bitcoin.
Thanks for always here covering the charts. We'll be Kangs this year.
Thank you, Derek. We'll be kings. Thank you, dude. We are kings. So even this happens. You're still in an uptrend. Yeah, trend analysis is important, man. Because, I mean, moves like this happen and like, oh, it's all over for TRB until it pivots higher than what we saw at the beginning of December and just runs again. Yeah, not over. It's wild. Yeah, some worse than others. Way worse than others. Good God. Oh my God, just forget about Zcash and Dash. I think they're done. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, hey, I say that and then they recover and then they go to $50 now. But like, dang, dude, it is a really bad situation falling below 26.34. That's like a major cutoff for me. It's pathetic. It's cool that it like ran up to $33 to $34 because that's the next level. But they attempted a rally, and then it just manifested into a lower high. So some distribution came in. It was almost like momentum shifting, just broken down violently. Yeah, I can't like this above or below $26. You got to hate it below that, technically speaking, right? This is certainly not in an uptrend. It has not been in an uptrend for a very, very long time. When's the last time you could say Zcash was verifiably in an uptrend? I mean, that was the blow off top. That was the end for Zcash. The uptrend concluded in May of 2021, but it did still make higher lows here than these lows. You didn't really know it was over, I think, until the first discernible lower high came in than the highest high. That was probably like, yeah, it is truly over. The trend is confirmed over. But remember, like these blow off tops are very real. Like TRB, that could have been a blow off top, man. And it still makes it look. It'll make a higher low, TRB, and it'll attempt to rally and try its dangdest to get up to 516 again and fail. And when it does fail, you could say it is confirmed over for TRB, but not till then. All right, Zcash dash trash, very bad. Oh man, I'm not feeling great. Chat, not feeling great. Physically, like, I mean, I don't really have any concerns about like Bitcoin right now. Not yet. Not until like 40,665 is broken with confirmation. That's when, you know, things are probably going to get way worse in the short term. But the good news is, I think eventually a higher low will be put in than 25 to 30K. I think those are the last words I said to y'all or to the patrons before I departed for that trip. What's up, Anthony, man? All right, let's, I mean, we want to keep looking at S coins. It's about the same thing everywhere now. Here's your
Happy New Year, King Kang Kang. ICP Coinbase, please, when you get the chance. 49ers going all the way this year. LFG.
I don't know. I mean, they also looked bad, too. They've looked bad and good. You know, there was somebody in summer of last year that had a futures bet, and the futures bet was a $2,000 bet that Brock Purdy would be the NFL MVP for the season. And up until Christmas, it had, I mean, someone bid on it because it was like $2,000 to win $200,000. Someone bid $150,000 for that ticket, and the guy sold it to that person who bid $150 for it. And then, like 2 days later, Brock Purdy threw like 4 or 5 interceptions, and you know now, like Lamar Jackson's gonna win MVP most likely, right? So the dude like pays $150, and then in 2 days, it's gone. It just evaporated. So that did happen. Pretty wild, right? Not much risk management there. That's kind of like buying really, really high. All right, so, oh, hey, Doge, man. I mean, not really much support here till 6.6 cents again. I mean, you can see it down there, and it's still fine, right? It'd still be a higher low than these lows, and no big deal. It could be at a level where you could take action and strategically set up an entry and stop loss. Dot's down a lot, man. But, I mean, again, these buyers defended this very key level, the 668 support resistance. Defended it, and it's rallied, but there's just not much of a real major discernible swing low till the October low. It's like these have kind of been just like straight lines up. It's wild. So I'm just saying the downside could be insane amounts of downside, and the trend is still could very well be okay. Just the FOMOers and the over leveraged get just obliterated, and that's how the market makers love it. I don't know, man. Uniswap, I guess, look at it. You know, after just a previous few days, Uniswap seeing, you know, was it December 28th, seeing 835, its highest level since August 2022. Reversed. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think there's a major swing low until the October lows. And wherever this pivots, as long as it's higher than that low, be your first discernible major higher low and pivot. And then I think the trend's reversing already. Like, you got a high here and you've already made a higher high. And now you just make a higher low than this 386 low. It's fine. And it's like, you just have to understand how large these structures are. These are not like, oh, it's like on the 12-hour we're identifying the scarlet lead. These patterns took 300 to 500 days to develop. I wish you understood. 500 days. That means it could take 500 days to resolve bullishly. This whole pattern hitting the A and then higher could take 500 days, 300 to 500 days. You ready for that? On the weekly, this red candle means nothing. But it is certain that this is the most recent discernible event, which is the type 2 return of the harmonic. So any pullback, wherever it occurs, as long as it's higher than this low, you've got more than before. And again, I'm thinking the trend's reversing to the upside. I can't even tell it's down 11% today on the weekly. And that's another thing. On days like this, man, just like pay attention to the 3-day, the weekly. Let's look at Bitcoin on the 3-day. Because it closes in 1.5 hours. Wait. Is this the same chart we're looking at? This is the 3-day. How is this like extremely bearish and something you should be concerned about? Because it's gonna, if all stays the same or higher, it would be a higher 3-day candle close than our previous 3-day closes. What? And then all of a sudden, your fears are not just, they kind of melt away. It's like, oh, it's not really a big deal on a really significant time scale. 3 times more significant than the daily. And then you go to the weekly. You're like, well, is there a problem? We have 4 days and 2 hours till this candle closes, and it's like just kind of trading the way it's been trading for the past month. Yeah, significant time scales. They're important. Not a big deal. Okay. Anyway, so maybe when I will switch to the S&P. Take a look at it. Going across the markets for my where I can't talk anymore. Okay. Lowest daily candle close since December 20th. Back below that 470 level. I think it's a pretty big deal. Anything below that long enough, I think you could eventually see 458, 454 for test. There's just not much that happens besides straight up and down, right? So can't argue. I mean, can someone tell me what this was on the spider? Anyone at all? Oh, and also, I mean, while we're talking about divergence, what was this on total? First off, Jonathan, I hope you had a good New Year. Did you like everything? Did you have some caviar and some oysters?
I like turtles.
Awesome, dude. Champagne. Okay, great. Thank you. So what happens? You know, if you watch this stream, these like gray zones have been here for a very long time, not touched. It's a great hard target eventually, 1.719 to 1.78 trillion, and it touched it. The tip top, I mean, that just barely touched it. And then what happened? What's really maturing now? Triple bearish divergence on total market cap. So buyer exhaustion, very, very real. And it's not my opinion. I'm just identifying something I learned a very long time ago that you did too. We're just identifying. It's there. We know about the rule of 3 too. So yeah, I mean, couldn't you understand there could be massive downside on this asset, but understand there isn't a previous discernible swing low until you look back to September 9th. That's the only one I see. Since then, it's one impulse up. So You don't want to hear it. It's tough love, but something like this could happen, and the trend is still bullish. That could happen. The trend doesn't begin to reverse until sellers take out 982 billion. Until you take out the previous discernible swing low. Okay. Yeah, so it's really a tough time. I mean, like, because you just went through the party, right? 2 months ago was the time to make a decision on going long in the face of the type 2 returns and the bullish divergence on these altcoins, right? 3 rising valleys on Bitcoin on 12. I mean, developments like that made sense. Buyers defending 25K not once, but twice. Oh, confirmation low. I can manage my risk. But now it's over. Like, the run happened. It played out. And now you're at these resistances and like staring into the face of bearish divergence. You can always it's like, what can happen? Oh my God, we just start pumping tomorrow and we're going to $2 trillion. If that happens, man, it's like just a coin flip. It's high risk. It just is. You had your chance. The comet came into view, and then it went away. So that means opportunity was gone. And you got to wait for the next comet to come around. And unfortunately, it takes a lot of time for that to develop. But the good news is you can go to another solar system and look for another comet. Man, we go to the stock market and go to the energy sector, and there's some comets like right now that are like kind of maybe in vision, in view. But until we look at that, I'm just saying, right? I mean, like, stock market, there's just high risk, no opportunity on the S&P 500, right? Heck, man, seldom is there like ever like really good opportunity, like individual assets, man. You're looking to swing trade, not the index funds. Hey, index funds are meant for passive flow. Yeah, put in your 401k, man. We trade in the S&P. Look for individual stocks to be like swing trading. This is just okay. But yeah, even if you're looking at this for a swing trade, it's like, what edge do you have? Limited upsides, for sure. After a run with all these gaps unfilled with bearish divergence, just staring at your face. Dow Jones, was kind of diverging. I mean, it's insane, right? I mean, it's just, it's high risk, all-time highs. It's amazing, but just after a run like that, you got to understand, look at all the runs we've ever had. They pull back. So it could be just the very beginning of a pullback, and you got to get this. Dow Jones could literally do this, okay? I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it could do that, and everything's fine, because it'd be the highest low. It'd be a higher low than before. And then rally again. You get how there's like, okay, triple bearish divergence on an asset that's like up and hitting resistance, like target resistance. And then you're like, dang, man, down here, this wasn't near as good. It was really tough, man. You want higher lows and stuff, but there's triple bullish divergence on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And look what happened after the divergence played out. I mean, it ran. It like just went nuts. So you just can't be that surprised if the sell-off isn't over. You just don't know, but it's the equal and opposite indicator from Dow Jones from late October to what we're seeing now in total, and the S&P. NASDAQ, there it was. I mean, this was plotted before I left for California. Bearish divergence playing out for now. What a route. 3 days. Headed to 14.5, and after that 14.1. But just get this. it could get worse. It could break. I mean, the sellers could break those levels. And they could push the price down the 200-day moving average. They could push the price to 13K. And guess what? If they pivot before they take out 12.6, more than before, a higher low, the uptrend could continue, right? This could happen. And you'd still be in an uptrend. It's just Bitcoin, stock market, index funds coming off of face melting rallies. And they're just correcting a little bit now. And they haven't even shown major correction yet. They're just kind of like maybe the beginning of it, the correction. IWM there was nothing really implying the reversal, but you certainly were at an inflection point, like a pesky $200 top of range between 160 and 200. Yep, thrusted through it. Can't be surprised if you ever, in a few days, sometime, get some sort of back test up thrust for lower, because those are always the best. That could be a good shorting opportunity. But yeah, this is a no trend. This is certainly not in the same situation as the other three index funds. This is not trending. The other three are uptrending. Hey man, the gap filled. Well, unfilled gap from December 13th, it filled officially. But now there's an unfilled gap the upside. And plenty of unfilled gaps the downside too. So then we look at gold. Still inclined. After we saw the highest daily candle close in human history, that fateful December 27th, it's been number go down ever since. And even a couple days of bearish back tests of that peak that manufactured August 2020. So, hey, but remember, if they can keep the price above this low here, you're still this uptrending here, short term. But I would be really careful because it's like one high, second high that's higher than the first high. Then this third high, remember the rule of three rising valleys, the three drives pattern. This is kind of like a whacked out Quasimodo looking three drives. The third high, about the same, but actually slightly higher than the second high. But remember, the disparity between the first and second and third, that like indicates, that price action indicates exhaustion. The buyers have just tried so hard to make a third high, and they just barely did it. And it's all at a resistance. So it's at a level where someone can manage risk. But then the scariest part about all of that is you got the price action playing ball with variables saying down, but now you got this. This is perfect triple bearish divergence, just like we have on total market cap right now. How crazy is that? The irony of total and then gold. They're both at resistance. That's the best place you could ever dream of identifying triple bearish divergence. The best place you could ever dream of a third pathetic higher high being painted. So dang man, if this fails and buyers just take over and we go to 2200 soon, holy crap, this thing is unbelievable. But I just think about 1, 2, 3. It's ugly, and it's very, very discernible on the RSI. You got like class C and then class A right there. Wow, so like everything looks bad kind of out there, just about, except for just some oil stocks that I'll look at. I'm running out of voice, but we should look at this because you do need to see this. It's not a joke, man. Marathon, not your marathon crypto Bitcoin miner. We're talking about Marathon Petroleum in this ungodly uptrend. And look how new year, new price action. It's been the case for everything. Well, guess what, man? Marathon Petroleum today making one of its highest levels of all time. Highest candle closes since September, and this close to the highest close of all time. And look how the buyer's defending this heart line here. Incredible. Look at the divergence, bullish divergence at that heart line. Incredible. Valero, look at this. You got like reaccumulation ongoing, one low, a slightly higher low, second low, and now we have another higher low. And this higher low, you now the buyers have recaptured this. What's 125 to 127, man? It must be nothing. It must be a joke. Oh no, it's just the old all-time high from 2018. Buyers defending that. Buyers defending the 200-day simple moving average. Oil's it, man. This is probably the best looking asset class in the world right now. And I'm talking like, no, crypto's been in an uptrend. Bitcoin's, it did its thing, yes. And now you kind of got to wait if you want to articulate an argument at ice lines and supports. You don't have that now on Bitcoin and crypto. You had it 2 months ago. It's over now. Get over it. If you missed it, too bad. I'm now showing you possibly maybe where there could be a little bit more opportunity in the short term. Again, I think like Bitcoin could go down to 35K and pivot, make a higher low, and it's still in an uptrend. Go to 31K, pivot and rally, still in an uptrend. That means massive downside potential. But again, I just like, I don't know. I'm trying to tell you. What about Hess? This is crazy, man. Insane. This crazy channel. This uptrend been going on for years. Guess what they did? They recaptured that. They're back testing that support, back above the 200-day simple moving average. Look at this bullish divergence playing out. Massive upside potential. This is, I mean, talking about, okay, minimum to 159, then top of the channel just doing what it always does, 187. Oh, okay, opportunity kind of makes sense. I can manage my risk. Crypto, you can't manage your risk really anymore because they're gone. Chevron really wasn't that great. ConocoPhillips, though. Forget about it. Unreal. More than before. Low, slightly lower low. Buyers defending the 200 moving average, defending the demand line. And just probably, I mean, 124. And then if you break that, it's just probably going to be like, I mean, of course you could talk about like 138, but that's like all-time highs up there. I mean, this trend is your friend and you're like oversold in the uptrend. Beautiful. I don't know about Halliburton. Halliburton's fantastic too. This is like a Jupiter-sized ascending triangle. Now, you know, the closer you are to the demand line, probably the better. Maybe even 32, but still above the 200 now. Getting back above the 200. Sell wall, higher lows. Occidental is kind of, it very well could still be Wyckoff reaccumulation. As you can see, these lows put in May 2022, June 2022, buyers are still showing that there are more than before. Still. And I know Berkshire Hathaway bought a crap load more of this like in the past few weeks, like past month or whatever. Okay, so just way higher prices probably eventually. ExxonMobil, to me, not as great as the others. But I mean, anything above 101 is low risk. I'll show you. What is 101? No big deal, man. 101 is just as high from 2013. You get above 104.66 is go time, man. I mean, it's like you can just easily manage your risk with a stop loss below that level and let it ride in an uptrend. Perfect. I'm down with that. That makes plenty of sense. Crypto doesn't make any sense right now for like fresh longs, dude. Triple bearish divergence at key resistance after unbelievable stupid run in 2 months. Look from that low of September, the high. Wow, the crypto market went up 76%. $744 billion in 116 days. Upside limited. Risk very high. Oil stocks, not bad. Actually, probably the best looking technical charts that exist on all markets in the world right now. For like right now, one could take a chance. And then like, I think Mosaic kind of had something too. It's like, oh, it's confirming a bottom kind of. But what I really like is how, look at this on Mosaic. It may not even be over because you are downtrending. Okay, it's not like oil stocks. This is like a chemical fertilizer company. But look where you're at. Like if the buyers can maybe breach this level here, this 38, 37, 38 level, yeah, you might be on some for a more significant rally. There's a lot of divergence. Again, trend is not really good. Like I see, that's why I don't like it as much. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Just because you make the same low doesn't mean the trend's reversing. It just means like, hey man, you break this ice line, there could be a rally up to $42 to $44. So just looking at it, it could be better. NOV. Trade setup worthy. I mean, in a way, back above the 200-day moving average. Look at this. This low, you got to understand. This low right here, the exact same low as the low we saw from here. These two lows are higher than this low. It's the confirmation that we are in an uptrend. It was confirmed in May. And now, it all happened after a massive shark. But look what, anything above $18.80 to $20, it's not just psychological support resistance. It's above a key ice line from 2001, key resistance from 1998, and the first time ever, 1997. So that's NOV, that's industrial services, oil field services. Back above the channel, reconfirmed validity of demand line that had been respected over and over and over again. It was violated, but then reconfirmed validity, and then it is all confluent with the ice line from 1997. It's like unbelievable low risk and massive upside potential. If you're kind of getting what's going on, see what NRG, what's going on in NRG, man? Well, that's runaway freight train. Okay, this was one that kind of reaccumulated and is now like all-time highs. Well, maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, all-time highs now. Look, $46 taken out, and you can't expect anything, but you can't be surprised if other assets in this sector, subsector, do this stuff. And you got to see this. My dad brought this up to me. We were talking about it when I was in Birmingham. And it wasn't even a technical thing. He just brought it up because, I don't know, he read about it and like, yeah, I think I'm going to take it long on OKE or whatever. I'm like, yeah. And I looked at it on the chart while we were talking. I'm like, mother of God, man, if they can take out this 2014 high, maybe it could be blue skies. It's been range bound forever. So it's like accumulating higher lows above the 200-day moving average and taking out the oil glut high. And yeah, I get it. There's another 2018. And I get it. There's $77. Got to break that. But really optimistic based on the way the rest of the sector looks. Oil and gas pipelines. Broke through the symmetrical triangle. So I'm sorry, man. Like, why? I mean, I've been so like gung-ho on crypto for a couple months because like there was opportunity and it was fun because we were watching those opportunities play out. But now they're just up against these walls, these take profit levels, these resistances after running up 50 to 200%. It's like that the opportunity doesn't exist anymore. Like it will come back. But now it's like you are high risk gambling because they could pivot and they could run. But that means you just flipped a coin and it landed on the side you picked. Doesn't mean you're not strategizing right now. Anyway, so I was just like, I had to show y'all that, dude. I think LHX too was something that was, it already took off, posted about this when we were in October, but yeah, it's not really, can't do anything. What you would really want on LHX is this. Then it's the dream. Then we buy, and then that. Yeah, but if we're lucky, if we're fortunate enough to receive that. Hood Crypto. We'll send you to the center for kids who can't read good, but can also request S coins very well. Thank you, dude. Or request S coins good, gooder, goodest, or something. Okay. Yeah, and then like, okay, outside of like these, most things on the market got obliterated, like completely wrecked. Not Regeneron's a medical company one of our community members works for. Unstoppable. It's like Jesus stock. Look at this. Rising wedge breakout for now until it fake out. But this is all-time highs. Unreal. So until Grubman, well, he knows. Stock options, whatever. Yeah, just a lot of red today. I only Google did okay stuff, but anyway, listen, we got a couple requests, and then I'm gonna get out of here. My throat's killing me. I've already been live an hour 10 minutes. I'm sorry. One sec. Okay, Gartner for Todd. IT and ICP, yeah, that's it, dude. Oh, Gardner, man, just, well, he went short last week, $100,000 position. Where do I think it would go to? Oh, there's no telling, man, because it could attempt to rally and double top, but it all happening at the 1618 is pretty spectacular, man. There is no support resistance till like 370 to 380. Yeah, so you mentioned 380. There's nothing else. Like, what else is there? That's it. It could do that, and see, it's like kind of in a crypto situation where it could do that and still remain in an uptrend. It could lose.
Shenanigans are cheeky and fun. Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic. Which makes them not shenanigans at all, right?
I didn't even know that was a thing. Thank you, Super Troopers. Thank you. 16% it could draw down and still make a higher low than its previous discernible swing lows and still remain in an uptrend. So that's the only way I could target it. I mean, swing highs, swing lows, 380. But just know, like, there could always be like a type 2 that wants to, like a double top, an attempted rally from the buyers. Okay, so that's it, man. On that, not much to look at, right? Yeah, ICP, and that's it, man. Wow. Tough crowd, right? ICP, oh yeah, this is like unreal. Once that thing broke out, man, even spent a little time back testing, $9.80, $10, and it ran straight to the next level. And it's like, man, I just, you're flipping coins here. But I'm saying, like, if the buyers, what they're doing, if they're able to really breach this 1466 level, you got to get, like, the only reason, like, I would have lines plotted here is just because of historical reversals, where you had a swing low, December 2021, you had a swing high, March 2022. That's like it. That's all I've got. I mean, that's kind of it. Not it. That's ICB. That's it. Okay, like, this is complete gambling. At any time a reversal starts, the bearish divergence will start to develop. Your volume
NTR, please.
Diverging.
Shout out Vince McMahon, Mike O'Hearn. Get well soon.
Yeah, dude, G-Dog, thanks for the 15, man. Yeah, we got NTR. I think that one's good. It was not bad. Yeah, nothing to do here. No opportunity. You can't see the comet. The comet's on the other side of the solar system right now. So if you're like requesting this just to look at it, all I can do is look at the levels. There's nothing to do. You can't manage your risks. It's impossible. Anyone telling you doesn't really like has not invested themselves to study like traditional technical analysis and trading like at all. This is lottery. This is Rudy Poo gambling. You run the risk of losing 10%, 20% of your money the moment you buy it. It's crazy. Because like what happens, like, oh, it was having an update today, and then Bitcoin, like the new day, I've seen it before, where you'll have one that's like decoupled from the rest of the market, and then a new daily candle begins, and then like Bitcoin starts rallying again or starts dumping again, and this sinks back up, recouples, or stays decoupled, and Bitcoin rallies, and this thing just gets obliterated. So have fun with that, man. Have fun with these decoupling anomalies on the S-Coin market. Have fun. Your days are numbered, because you keep doing it, you keep just playing these random S coins that are decoupled, eventually you're going to get hit in the face with a massive markdown. And then you're not really at a level where you can manage your risk. So there's no strategy involved with your stop losses. Oh, Nutrient. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the one I was thinking about. It's still, I mean, it's a G-Dog request, so.
Get better, Mitch. I have been sick before. In fact, the doctor said I'm the best at being sick. They have never seen anything like it. I support you, but also myself.
Wow. Thank you so much, Donald Trump. Yeah, I heard that too. They wrote an article about it. Thank you, man. So, it's one that's, it's okay. It's okay only because you've got a potential confirmation low being painted. You've got, and this is the weekly, potential bullish divergence. I mean, you have bullish divergence that is there. It's clear as day. Clear as week, because weekly. And you are just marginally above 56.22, which was that first, January 2018, it IPO'd, I guess. You're above that. So, but the thing is, double bottoms, you're normally setting your stop loss below these lows. What you really want to see is like a double bottom, not be painted like this. Double bottom be painted like this. Right? Where it's like, oh, okay. But that's the problem. Like it's not at the best place. But again, you could try, you're either, stop loss would be set up either at somewhere below $56 or it's going to be at like below $52, $51.88. One of the two. It can be extremely stupid tight, probably stopped out, but you could also have it like by the book, right? When you're managing your risk and you're trading like the lowest parts of a double bottom, right? The stop loss just below these lows. So you could do it like that. And the target would certainly be, let's just say $69, for the memes. And above that would be 83, then after that would be 100. Remember, the issue is like you're downtrending. You are not in an uptrend. Just because a confirmation low bullish divergence is developing on the weekly does not mean that the trend is reversing. A trend reverses when certain events occur on a chart where no longer are you making lower lows, lower highs. You are now making, a higher high and then a higher low and then a high. The trend's reversing, when you get your first higher high and then your first higher low. Like these two things would have to happen on a weekly time scale to say with confirmation, the trend's reversing. And so you're just so far off from that. But yeah, someone could certainly manage their risk a couple different ways at these levels. Yes. Yeah, we looked at this one, man. Okay. So that was the last request. Gonna go get some, I don't know what I'm gonna give in. Try to feel better. So what a day, man. Bitcoin down 5%. Power hour is upon us. We are now. I mean, it is true. Confirmed.
It's time for Power Hour.
You're just going to have to get through Power Hour without me. In between 42K and 44, 45K, dude, it is straight up and down. I mean, we could be at 44K in 2 hours. And at the same time, we could be at 42K in 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, Power Hour, man. Asia's awake. Oh, you want to see something? HSI is trading at the same level it was trading at in 1997, dude. Like, look. Hey, man, I like own the Hang Seng, dude. I've been owning the Hang Seng since before you were born. Look at this. 1997, 2000, 2011. I mean, just complete garbage. You owning this is like, just give me your money, okay? Because I'm not going to put it in this and lose it. So, but yeah, an M-shape going to be painted soon. You're not quite there. I think you need to go down to like 15.1, 15.2 to see an 886. And even at that point, I wouldn't be touching it. It's garbage. China to me. China, good luck on Bitcoin, man. You're in a high-risk situation. Very high risk situation here. It's been that way up here. Even with it back testing these levels, it's tough, man. Energy stocks, it is not tough at all. That's the place. That's the place to be. Oil and energy stocks. Crypto, you had your chance, you missed it, or you made it, you took profit, and all went well, right? There was a time and a place to be like taking longs on crypto, and it was in mid-October all the way up to mid-November. And if you missed it, that's on you, man. What do you want from me? I was live every day when that was going on, so we're talking about this stuff. Okay, so thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Wish me well. I'm gonna try, man. It's just rough, and I'll just be back. This concludes the first live stream of 2024. Until next time, respect, T.A.
It's also China to me. China.